Hey y'all, it's me, Daniel Hutchins, and today we are doing an article again from our friend Screen Rant. So today from Screen Rant, we are talking about Boba Fett. Yeah, buddy, Boba Fett. So yep, Star Wars doubles down on Lucas's Return of the Jedi Boba Fett change. Now, George Lucas made some specific changes and additions to Boba Fett's storyline from Return of the Jedi Special Edition. Now Star Wars is now supporting them. This was from yesterday. So, okay. Now, I know it's been a couple days since I've been on the channel, but we are revisiting some awesome information from our friends of the comic book universe. So, on we go. George Lucas made a small but significant change to Boba Fett's character from the special edition of Return of the Jedi. And that's something Lucasfilms doubles down on in Star Wars Visions. Now, Boba Fett is enjoying a renaissance following on from his return in The Mandalorian Season 2, his own spin-off show, The Book of Boba Fett, which will launch on Disney Plus on December 2021. He's also one of the few Star Wars characters to return in Visions. As it stands, Star Wars Visions has no connection to canon. I repeat, no connection to canon. Instead, telling stories that seemingly exist in their own universe separate from the main timeline, that gives the show a lot of freedom in how it can approach this storytelling. While the focus is mostly on new characters and creation, it does have a couple of familiar faces. These occur in the episode Tatooine Rhapsody, which involves Jabba the Hutt and Bib Fortuna alongside Boba, ending with Jabba becoming the manager of an intergalactic rock band. Alright, so the latest article, The Mandalorian gives Boba Fett fans the apology they deserve. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about something else. So Boba only has a small role to play, which includes showing off some of his bounty hunter skills. But his most humorous moment comes towards the end of the episode when he's seen rocking out and bobbing his head to music. It's a relatively minor moment, but given that the stature of his character compared to others in episodes, and his standing in Star Wars in general, it stands out. Boba is the most fearsome, most badass, most legendary bounty hunter in the galaxy. So to see him letting loose at a concert doesn't quite match his character. However, it fits with the different side to him displayed in Lucas's Return of the Jedi change, which saw him flirting with a dancer while in Jabba's palace. Okay, so the moment in Return of the Jedi is again a minor one from the grand schemes of things, but it adds a very different texture to Fett's character. Now, prior to this moment, he had been someone who's mostly been silent and definitely not to be crossed with. There was a mistaken aura around the character that inspired a sense of both curiosity and fear, and so to see him flirting while not exactly ruinous was every bit a surprise and strange choice for Boba's off-mock Sarlacc death scene. But the way he nods his head in the music and Visions isn't exactly the same as flirting, but it's a similar impact upon his character. It further demystifies him and makes him more like a human and less intangibly cool. Both Star Wars Vision and Return of the Jedi Special Edition have Boba Fett moments that don't quite fit with his other Star Wars appearance. It's certainly not to nod that's something The Mandalorian continued, which instead went back to being him more cool, more reserved and stoic of a character, rather than the kind of guy who'd be found flirting with a dancer or rocking out to a gig. These changes aren't necessarily a bad thing by any means, but they do paint a slightly different picture from who Boba Fett really is. Of course, now Boba is running Jabba's palace, then he'll even have more opportunities to flirt, enjoy music, and whatever other surprising activities he likes to partake in, when he is not bounty hunting. Okay, y'all. And for key release dates, Rogue Squadron is supposed to come out in December 22nd of 2023. Alright, y'all, so that's just a little bit of some catching up with Boba Fett. Now, there is some other hot, awesome information I want to share with y'all. It's about Darth Vader. Okay, so Star Wars reveals the biggest change or the biggest tragedy with Darth Vader. Now, Star Wars Visions highlights the tragedy behind Darth Vader's origins by showing the similar story of the heroic Jedi fallen to the dark side. This was from a couple hours ago. So, Star Wars highlights the biggest tragedy of Darth Vader in the final episode of Star Wars Vision, in Episode 9. So, he struggles with the temptation of the dark side as he goes on a quest to defeat the Sith Lord, with vague and ominous Force visions seemingly assuring him of his victory. He confronts the Sith, but ends up in a similar scenario to Anakin Skywalker from the prequel trilogy, choosing to succumb to the dark side for the almost identical reason. Now, the Force is often misunderstood as having a light side and a dark side. Now, the light side is simply the Force, which represents balance and harmony with nature. On the other side, dark side is a corruption of the Force, intrinsically causing imbalance and representing the unnatural. While the Force requires discipline and even eventually to master, the dark side is a shortcut to seemingly unlimited power. Now, the dark side is also highly addictive, warping the minds of those who fall into it and turning them into monstrous perversions of themselves. Related to this article is Star Wars confirms why the Sith will always fail. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about something else. So Anakin Skywalker fell from the grace and became the Sith Lord Darth Vader, in large parts due to his desperation to save his wife, Padme. Plagued by the premonitions of her dying in childbirth, Anakin felt limited by the Jedi in their faith in the Force. The Sith, who were the most powerful practitioners of the dark side, however, offered what seemed to be a quicker path to greater power than the Jedi. So in Visions, it was deceived by Masago, who tricks him into mortally wounding his companion and lover. Princess Misa, with Misa dying, Tsubaki is given the choice to either join the Sith to save her, or remain a Jedi and let her die. Now, like Anakin and so many other Sith, Tsubaki falls to the dark side to save someone he loves. Of course. But many beings such as the Emperor Palpatine, Lumaya, or Darth Maul were born to be recruited into the draconian life of the Sith. Others like Maul, Desan, and Jarek were never cut out of the Jedi, fallen to the dark side to their cruelty. In so many tragic cases, however, Jedis have fallen to the dark side reluctantly, believing its promise of unlimited power and anything else its victims want, only to end up destroying their lives and themselves. Turning to the dark side is ultimately the Faustinian bargain that works between the worst versions of themselves and leaves them with nothing but their power. Count Dooku was once a Jedi, became Sith Lord Darth Tyrannus because he's lost faith in Jedi and the Republic they served. Wanting to bring justice, decency to the galaxy by any means necessary, Dooku had joined the Sith and ended up founding an oppressive, corrupt corporate oligarchy. Jacen Solo, who was one of Han and Leia's Legends children, had become the Sith Lord Darth Caedus as an adult. Now, believing that it was necessary sacrifice for the power necessary to prevent conflict and would destroy the galaxy, and in both those cases, the Jedi created the opposite of what they initially want upon becoming the Sith. Anakin could have easily saved Padme if he'd remained a Jedi. Now, his unhinged dark side fueled rage as Darth Vader ultimately contributed to his wife's death. So in Visions, Tsubaki saves Misa by turning to the dark side but loses himself in the process, becoming the Sith apprentice of her enemy, Masago. The episode ends with the living Misa watching in horror as her lover accepts his new apprenticeship. Tsubaki's fall to the dark side in Star Wars Vision has showed that Darth Vader's tragedy is harder than the only one in Star Wars. Again, the key release dates are Rogue Squadron 2023, December 22nd, 2023. If you guys like this connection between Anakin and Star Wars Visions, let me know. I need to see what you guys think. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this content, this double content with the Boba Fett change and the Star Wars reveal the real biggest tragedy of Darth Vader. If you guys like this content, big kudos to Screen Rant. And as always, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, y'all. Hit up that thumbs up button. I need to see people hitting those thumbs buttons if you guys like my content. Because it's extremely important for you guys to contribute, or at least say that you like my content from the comic book universe. So again, have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon, and I probably might be doing another video later in the night. Depends how awake I am. I might do another one or another few or so. So let me know what your thoughts are on this content, and have an awesome day. Bye.